How are you doing? It's been a rough season. How are you coping? How are you doing? Hi everyone, welcome to Phenomenal Me. On this channel, I share my Black experience. I'm hoping to change the world by, I know it's a lofty goal, but I want to do that by sharing and helping people to understand what it is like from someone else's perspective. I started this channel in the height of the Black experience, and that's really kind of what I want to talk about today. But I started this because I realized when I spoke about what was happening to me, about what had been happening to me and my experiences, people were saying, oh, and it was resonating with them because they didn't know. And to me, this is my lived experience, or the experience that I share with my friends. So I guess in my mind, I assumed that everybody knew. But in reality, that's not the case. So I started this channel to share that, to help others who don't know, to know what my experience has been like. And for those who've experienced the same things as me, to know that you're not alone. So, World Mental Health Day just passed. It was on October 10th. And I've been noticing a lot, and I've been having conversations about how we're doing and about mental health. So let's talk about that. I just saw a TikTok yesterday, and she was seeing the exact same thing that I was feeling. I said, wow, I'm not alone. It's not just me. There are more of us that are feeling the same thing. So I had to interrupt my regularly scheduled post to do this one instead. How are you doing? There has been so much going on from life, like beyond COVID and all of this, there's life. So people have been having life just happening in the midst of this. There have been losses, there have been fights, there have been experiences. Life has happened. And then in addition to life, now we've had COVID. And I have been inside my house. I am very blessed. I'm very lucky to have a job where I can kind of transition things and work from home. But I've been now home since March until now. So many months have passed. Wait, what is that? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, like 8 months? Sorry, I should know that. But 8 months have passed where I've been home, and I've gotten accustomed to being inside in my house alone, which has its own challenges. So we had that, and then dealing with the killing of George Floyd, and the fact that the officer is now out on bail already, and that people have come together to create a $1 million bond for him. The fact that this movement for Black lives has happened, and it has unearthed all of this emotion, these raw, painful emotions with that. So as a Black community, it is rough, it is hard, and I'm not saying that it's not hard for many people, but I'm just speaking from a Black experience. This has been a rough year, really rough. And I want to check in on how people are doing. I saw another TikTok, and it was a white man, and he's saying, Black people, question for Black people. Now, in this season, where there have been so many fights, to start off the TikTok that way, you're immediately with your back up, ready for a fight, saying, what are you going to say? What are you trying to, incite here? But his question was, how are you doing? How are you really doing? It's been a rough season. And you get to see the people's responses, like their duets to what he's saying. And their responses are pause, there's some tears, there's some agreements, there's some comments. It's the acknowledgement of the fact that it has been rough and that there's been a lot going on. So I just want to take a moment and speak about that and speak about how I'm doing, because I'm assuming that others will feel the same. So I've been home for all this time, and I've realized that I didn't realize how it was affecting me so much. Like, I knew it was, but I didn't realize to what extent until this weekend, really. So this weekend is my birthday, and my friends are saying, let's get together, let's social distance get together, but let's do something to celebrate. And my knee-jerk reaction is no. I'm so accustomed to being in my house and alone that it is exhausting for me to go outside and be with other people. This is the same thing that the girl was saying in the TikTok, like just to go out and see somebody, or to go to the grocery store, to do 1 or 2 things in the day. I need to be home. After doing those 2 things, I need to come back home and recharge, because I'm so accustomed to being here. This is where I'm comfortable, that now to be out and engaging with people is hard. I've kind of replaced my natural connection with people with social media, which isn't the same. And it's been good. I'm very appreciative of my friends who have pushed me and encouraged me to go out and to celebrate. And I had a social distancing lunch, like it's just to actually engage with people again and to be outside again. Being inside has really, I've really gotten comfortable being in here. I've really become kind of isolated in the weirdest way, because I feel so connected to the world, but at the same time so isolated from real personal engagements. As an example, I've been going to my mother's house because that's one of the places that I go. But I went to her house and I had time before it was time for me to go to lunch today. And normally, like pre-COVID, I would just be going somewhere, I'd be going for lunch, or not going for lunch, I'd, go run an errand or go to the coffee shop or something. But I literally sat there wondering what I could do, where I could go. And what did I end up doing? I just came home. I came home and waited and then I went. Although it worked out really well because I came home and I cleaned. So when I came back from the lunch, it was just wonderful to come home to a clean house. But nonetheless, like it's that shift in me. And now I'm purposing to leave home. I'm purposing to go out. I'm purposing to, like anytime I leave, I say hi to the people around me just because you're here, you're a person, I want to acknowledge you. But I really need to get out a little bit more. And it's that balance, right? Because there's COVID, you can't be out going all over the place. But at the same time, for your mental health, you might need to leave. In addition, this whole platform, me speaking on YouTube, my social media now, has really been focused on the Black experience and uplifting the Black community, supporting Black businesses. These are my passions, and I'm so happy to be able to use my voice to support the Black community in this way. Even in doing that, it's kind of forced me to really be knee deep, in all of this. So constantly being fed the stories and newsreels, and you know how social media works. If you're really focusing on one thing, you'll just get more of that. So my whole feed was Black lives and just the fight. And it's weighing. It can weigh on you. I ended up having to kind of change my force the algorithm to change. So I changed what I've been following, and I actually had to start following opposing points of view because I wanted to understand where you were coming from. Even if I don't agree with you, even if some of the things that are said are just hurtful and upsetting, I guess I need balance in my life, and so that's part of what I've been doing. All that to say, when you're speaking about mental health and how we're doing right now, there are many pockets that I feel myself being drawn into that are exhausting and just draining. And I need to kind of rebalance and find that joy again. All right, so I share all of this to let you know that you're not alone and to encourage you to keep on, because we're in this together. This whole journey and this movement for Black lives is honestly, it's a marathon. It is not a sprint. And for myself, things have been unearthed and I can't go back to being the same. I am now this new person who needs and believes with everything within me that Black lives must matter. And in order for us to succeed, in order for us to kind of right all of the wrongs, like it's a process, it's long and it's going to be exhausting, but I'm here for it, and I'm here to support you as well. So if I can support you in any way, please let me know. Write in the comments how you're doing. If I can support you, let me know. In the description box, I'm going to put links that I have found for mental health support, especially specifically for the Black community. So I'll put that there. If this video can be helpful to anyone, can you please share it with them? If you're liking what I'm talking about, feel free to like and subscribe as well. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being with me and being with me all the way to the end. All right, take care. You got this. You're okay. You're okay. You don't have to be energetic. You don't have to be happy. You just have to be authentic.